A mix of developed and emerging nations met in Toronto this weekend to discuss economic recovery. The G20 leaders took on a growth now, austerity soon approach in their discussions. President Obama, along with other leaders, pledged to cut deficits in half by 2013, but will be free to tailor efforts as domestic conditions warrant.
We can't all rush to the exits at the same time. So countries that have surpluses should think about how can they spur growth and how can they spur demand. Not all of those involve stimulus. Some of them might involve structural changes in their economy. Some of them might involve passing financial regulatory reforms so that their banks are lending again. But the point is that in each country, what we have to recognize is that the recovery is still fragile, that we still have more work to do to make this recovery durable.
A bank tax floated by the Germans and French met stiff resistance. In the end, the G20 also left that up to individual nations.
The missing provision that had been there when G20 finance ministers met was that as we all do our own thing, appropriate for our own national experience, we're going to do it in ways that create a level playing field. That language isn't in the draft communique. It says, look, some of us are going to do bank levies, the rest of us aren't.
A day ahead of the G20 summit, the group of 8 richest democracies met in sleepy Musako, Canada. The leaders condemned North Korea and Iran for their nuclear activities. However, many advocacy groups focus on a $5 billion maternal care package, money that will go towards initiatives on maternal, newborn, and child health around the world. Groups like Oxfam and Save the Children said despite the level of commitment, the G8 still came up short.
I'm very disappointed, obviously, today that the governments don't, that it's not reflected in the governments of the G8 leaders in their decision to not honour, in fact, to actually break their Gleneagles promise and fall short by $20 billion.
One quick message, if you had a sentence to say to the leaders at the G20 and the G8, what would it be?
They need to further step up to solve this problem of millions of mothers and children dying each day.
And while the larger G20 has replaced the G8 as the world's most important gathering of leaders, many say the more exclusive G8 still has a vital role to play in the global stage.
On things like political security issues, child and maternal health, as we saw this year, on issues relating to the environment, Africa, G8 is still the name of the game.
I'm Sarah Kajumko. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for continuing updates throughout the day.